Hello everybody, and welcome to the Nodes instructional video on how to use the nation and zone commands. So to start off, we are going to need a golden axe. There are two ways to get that. One, type /spawn, brings you here, turn around and click the sign. Please note the sign only does work once. Another great way to get it is kit starter, which is available every 24 hours. Alright, before we get into that, I'm going to show you guys a quick little treat here. Whenever you see this kind of a zone, all you have to do is type /claim Pokestop, and you get items from it. I have used this one already, and it refreshes every once in a while, so please note that's something that happens. So let's get this started. So first off, we're going to go to my nation I have here, and I'm going to explain to you guys how to do stuff. So first off, what is /n, which is the nations, do? Let's find out. If you type /n, it gives you the information of the current nation you're a part of. It tells you its name, it tells you the rank of the nation, as well as it tells you its size, the money it has, the taxes it requests of you, as well as its upkeep. Which the upkeep is used to help the whole nation to stay a nation. If you cannot pay the upkeep, which is taken from the money, your nation, as it says in chat, falls to crumbles. So as you can see here, it also tells you the spawns you can use, who's the president, who's the ministers, and who are the citizens inside. It also shows some things here underneath, which we will be getting to later on. But let's move to the next part. If you ever want to know about information about any nation, all you have to do is do /n, info, and then the nation's name. So let's do Bidoof. So Bidoof's nation has a smaller size than Canada, has less money, however it does not have taxes, and its upkeep is 200, which is a lot less, and it only has one spawn. And you can see its members and its requirements. As you can see, its citizens are only allowed to interact, which means to open chests and doors, but they're not allowed to build. Unlike Canada, which you can. And to change those settings, all you do is click. I cannot affect this because it's not our country, but you can click on them. I'll show you guys that. /n, let's change something. Citizens can't build, for example, or they can build. And that's how you change it. As simple as that. That also works for underneath the flags, which allows you to change if explosions can happen, mobs, PvP, and all that. I like it all disabled because it stops griefing, and it's disabled by default. Let's move on. If you ever want to know what the nation list is, where you can join, all you have to do is do /n list. And it provides you with a beautiful list, which you can go through, see the different nations' name, go through the pages. I'm not going to go through them all. You're more than welcome to see which one you'd like to join. The numbers on the side dictate how many people are inside that nation. Alright, you started out, you want to join a nation. Now that you have all this information you can gain about the nation that you want to go join, say you don't like the nations at all, and you're like, well, I want to make my own nation. That's very simple. All you do is /n, create, and then give your nation a name. Alright? And that's all it takes, as well as 2,500. So that's $2,500 to create it. It's kind of complex. It's a lot of money, but it's definitely worth it if you'd like your own. If you're like myself and you were like, you know what, I want to create a nation to have more people in it, or I want to be part of a bigger nation. For example, if you want to join a nation, all you have to do is do /n, join, and then name the nation. For example, Canada. As you keep seeing in chat, it does say you must leave your nation in order to perform certain commands, like joining a nation. That's very important to know, guys. You cannot join a second nation if you're already in one. Alright. I showed you how to join a nation, let's look at how to leave a nation. /n leave, and that's how you leave your nation. Simple as that. I don't want to leave mine, so I'm not going to input the command. However, if you are the leader, you cannot just do /n leave. You must, unless you're the only member of your nation, if there's another member, you have to do /n resign, and then name the player that's going to take over as the leader when you leave. And then you can do /leave. That order is very important to remember. Now that you've figured out how to go join a nation, how do you keep the nation's upkeep, which we saw here? How do you keep the upkeep lower than your money you have? Very simple. Your citizens do /give, and then the amount they want to give. Now, as the leader of the nation, I can do slash and withdraw, and I can withdraw money as well from the nation. Please no, don't keep taking money from the nation because it will cause your nation to fall. And my rule of thumb is I don't take away from the nation, I only put more in so that way the nation can grow. Because in order to claim blocks, which I'll show you how to do in a second, you need to have money in the bank. So before I show you how to claim stuff, how do you know what's already been claimed? It's a very simple command /nc, and it's a toggle command. You just type /nc to remove this, and it adds little particle effects. Purple particle effects indicate that this is owned by a nation. Green particle effects, which are here, indicate this is a claimed land, which is the function of zones, which I'll get into a little bit later. So let's look at how to claim something. This is where the golden axe comes in. Now, to claim something, as you can see, the line stops here. You right-click in the land you've already owned, which the first time you do this, you won't own any land, so you can claim anywhere. But once you start, all claimed land must be attached to the original claim, which is at the center of where we started. So I'm going to right-click here, and I'm going to left-click here, and I'm going to type in /n space claim. Now I own this land, and as you can see, the purple particle effects have been added in. That's pretty awesome. Now to unclaim land, you do the same thing. You set a space parameter, and oh geez, I'm stuck in the water. You set a parameter, you go over here, and you do /n space unclaim. Now, if you are like myself and you don't want to mess up on any of the spelling of these commands, type in most of the spelling, hit tab, and it autofills it for you, as long as you are on the margin of what it's able to do. And if you get stuck any time along the way, just hit tab after /n and it tells you all of the commands. It's amazing. I love it. So there are also, you can claim outposts, which is simply just /claim outpost, and we'll get into that another time. So if you'd like, we've talked about building up your own nation, right? You can do /invite to join it and invite anybody. Let's see, is there anyone who's not in our nation? Let's see, I'll invite myself, whatever. There you go, I'm already part of this nation, so it's fine. And that's how you invite new players. It's pretty awesome. And with inviting players comes the other side of things, where when you need to kick a player because they're not behaving, or trouble, or whatever reason you have. That command is /n kick and then their player's name, alright? That is very simple, very straightforward, but please know they will be told in chat they've been kicked. And I'm pretty sure the nation learns when they've been kicked, because it says so-and-so has left the nation, it says. Which I'd like you to know, if you're trying to be subtle about these things, there is no subtle way to have someone removed from a nation. So please bear that in mind. Awesome. So we've looked at a few of these different things now, but I think what's really cool about claims and important to know is if you want to buy more claims, /n buy extra. And the most you can buy is 5,000, which I have already purchased for my wonderful nation of Canada. And that increases the /n, the number of claim blocks you have, which automatically go up with more people in your city, and with just the overall increase of productivity and building and time spent in the nation. So I'm going to tell you guys how to set warps now. Warps are pretty cool. I personally love warps. So right now we have, if you do /n space spawn, it'll tell you the preset warps for your nation. And you click on them to go there. So let's go to Town Hall. So if I click that, I have to wait 10 seconds, and then I will go to Town Hall. And poof. Okay, awesome. So now that we're at Town Hall, I'm going to do /nc to get rid of the particle effects for you guys. And if you ever want to set a warp, it's very simple. /n set spawn and then name it. All right, that's all you have to do. You can have a maximum of 3, and if you ever want to delete one, you just do /n delete spawn and then its name, like the name of whatever one you want to delete. Now, they're pretty useful, they're pretty handy. I do suggest still using the /set the slash set home command and then setting your home in there because it's instant versus the 10 seconds. But as a leader, you can set pre-made spawns, like ours are the main town hall here, my house, which is the communal area over here, as well as the nether porter for everyone to use, which we're going to stay away from because it's quite loud. Awesome. I'm going to talk to you now about the citizens. We've talked about how to join, how to get people to join, how to get them to leave, but how do you affect the citizens inside of your claim? Well, there's the easiest way is literally just doing /n space. This shows you permissions for everybody. My personal style is I don't let outsiders build or touch anything. They're allowed to look around, yes, but they cannot interact with anything. If you're a citizen where I am, you can build and interact, and I encourage people to build their own homes. Now flags, this is where you set the style of where you are. Personally, I don't want fire because I don't want there to be any griefing. So fire's turned off, mobs, explosions, most of the stuff's turned off. Public refers to this outsiders. I don't know why it's written twice, but it's the same exact thing. One is like can outsiders like come in and just join your nation willy-nilly? I have that set to off so that way this actually is important to have building and interacting turned off. Because if it was public, that means anyone can just join, interact with stuff, and then leave. I set it so that way only citizens that we have invited in or have requested to join can come in. Now, when someone requests to join, which is /n join and then the nation name, that goes right towards the owner or the ministers. Now, I have one minister currently, Catapult Fire, and if someone requests it, this is what we do. We do /n, and then I just write invite and then their name, and it accepts them in. So ministers can accept them in. How do you set ministers? Very simple. /n minister. This is the crucial part. You write add or remove. You write add or remove. You can add or remove people. Adding, that's pretty obvious. Are you going to add someone to the ministry rank or remove them from the ministry rank? And then you put the name, right? Very straightforward. Now, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. That's the gist of the nations. If you ever get stuck or have trouble with it, please ask a staff member. We're more than happy to help you out. So now let's look at my personal favorite part, and this is the zones. So now, as you probably have realized, there's no claims. The claim system has been updated to a new one called zones. Now, if you want to claim something and have it protected, you have to be a part of a nation, which is why you can either set your own, like we learned from /create, and then the nation's name, or you can join a nation. Now, if you join someone's nation, a minister or the owner can set it so your land is protected. And that's where our beautiful golden axe comes in again. So I'm going to give you guys the example. Before ever doing this, my advice is always /nc, so that way you can see whose land's where. Because green means it's been claimed and protected. Well, it's been claimed, and then purple means it's owned by you. You can only make zones in the purple area. So let's see, where's a zone that hasn't been claimed that's on our land? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to claim this little area right here. We're going to choose that. We're going to choose that, and I'm going to go /z create. This is a thing, icy. All right. So what did I do? /z create its name. Create its name, and then the owner, which can be anybody in the nation. So I could have set it to pretty much anyone who's in the nation. I didn't have to be myself. And once it's created, I have a few things I can do. If I want to make it so that no one can interact with my new area, I do /z info. And I go to the permissions tab, and I get rid of interact. And if you want absolutely no one, you can get rid of all the interactions. And this also has the flags, which is the same thing as the nations one. Do you want fire, explosions, open, yada, yada, yada. I always keep disabled. It tells you who your co-owners are, the prices. You can sell land by doing /z sell, and then price. And then once it's there, and you sell it for whatever, you can do /buy, and you can do /buy, and then its name for the ones that are on sale. Which is pretty cool, I have to admit, because that means if you want to leave your nation or something, or you built a house and you want to sell it to another member of your nation, you are definitely able to do that. Please keep in mind, do not overprice your houses, guys. Now, to set an owner of a land, or co-owner rather, you do /sed. You can set owners, like you can set the person who owns the land if you'd like, but you can do this is the coolest one, co-owner, add or remove. Once again, that's really crucial to remember the add and remove aspect. You don't just type in the name, you don't just type in co-owner space whatever, or the command space whatever. You got to remember what you're doing, and then you add someone in. So for this test, I'm going to be adding catapult fire. So now if I do /z_info, it tells me that a co-owner is catapult fire. So what happens if I messed up? Say this is a zone I didn't want to have. That's very simple. I do /z, and then I do delete. Now, that gets rid of this. So now, ta-da, it's back to normal and back to purple. So it also showed a command, which was /z delete owner, and that is to get rid of it so the house is owned by nobody and can be reclaimed by somebody. That's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. I won't be showing that, but it is something you can do. Now, one thing you can do that I didn't show is you can also do rename, and you can then new name, type whatever you want. You can rename the zones if you named it wrong or misspelled. It's available, and go for it. Please keep your names appropriate, because otherwise it will be removed. There are younger players who do play on this server. So that's the gist of about zone and nations. If you ever get stuck or have any trouble with these things, please ask a staff member. We're more than happy to help. And if you have any questions or concerns about what you saw here, or there was anything that didn't make sense, please send a message to us. The easiest way to contact us is through either the Discord, the link, message any staff or through a PM, or send a mail through the actual website, which can be seen at /website in-game. It's the same spot you vote at, it's the same spot you linked your character at, and overall it's a great place with a lot of information. The information, if you like to see things written out to be able to understand these things more, there is an available file for it, like a link to a web page. Please message staff. We will be more than happy to provide it for you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, stay fresh.